Hello everyone and welcome back for another YouTube tutorial. So we're starting off with like normal. We're doing our nail prep, pushing back the skin to reveal the cuticle area, that dry flaky skin. So my client came in and I asked her what did she want. I usually always ask my clients what do they want to do, what length, what shade, all that good stuff, what they like and what they don't like. So she wanted brown and I'm like, okay, so do you want it to be just all solid brown? Do you want French? What do you want? And she was like, just kind of do whatever, but she did want to add a little bling to it. So I was like, okay, cool. We're going to go ahead and start off with your nail prep first, like we always do. And it's so important, you guys. I always emphasize nail prep. The reason why I emphasize it so much is I know it's starting to sound like I'm being a recorder. I'm constantly pressing rewind and saying the same thing back. But repetitiveness is key when you're doing nails. You want to go ahead and make sure that you're always doing your nail prep and you're doing a good nail prep, because you want to reduce lifting at all costs. Because once a client nail starts to lift, and if they don't notice it and they're constantly like me, I wash my hands all the time, or they're a nurse or a CNA or or have somebody that has OCD, not to talk about people who have OCD, but if you someone who washes their hands all the time, water can seep up under the nail and the acrylic and will develop a bacteria, which is that green stuff that comes up. And then the first thing, they freak out because, oh my God, my nail is green. But the thing about that bacteria, once air hits it, you guys, it dies out. So it's okay, but you just don't want that. You don't want that for your clients. So always make sure that your nail prep is on point. Number one thing, nail prep. I'm going to go over nail prep a lot because I want that to be your main focus while you starting your journey. I know we all want to go ahead and get into the styles and the different trends and all that's hip and going on. I sound like an old person when I said that, hip. But anyway, you want to get into all the the nail art and all that stuff, but we got to start with our foundation first, because our foundation is the key to us having that time to put in for all our nail art and all that good stuff. So please make sure we focus on our nail prep first, and then it's nail application. Can be the most scariest part when it comes to doing nail prep. I know when I first started out, I did not want to cut anybody's skin off of their nails because I was so afraid that I would cut somebody and they would bleed. But this part is not just for the aesthetics, not for just the look of it, but for clients that wash their hands a lot, or they have their hands in bleach, they clean a lot with bleach or chemicals or anything, they develop cracking in their skin. Even clients that like work outside a lot, anybody that does a lot of work with their hands, they develop dry, cracked skin in those areas, and it can be very, very painful. Like, it can start to bleed and everything like that. So when you're doing your nail prep and you see a client that has dry skin that has lifted while you're doing your nail prep, it's good to go in and just gently cut that area off. You want to make sure you're not cutting the dead skin. So when you're doing that, pull back the side walls of the nail to reveal the dry skin. And when you're positioning your cuticle nippers or cuticle cutters, don't have your hands on the inside, have them on the outside, and so you can have more control of the nippers that way. And you should be The acrylic that I chose to use for this set is from Me a Secret. It's the cover beige. I chose this color because it goes really well with your warm tones like your browns, your olive greens, your tans. It really complements those colors very well. The acrylic itself is somewhat kind of a runny consistency. So once you really get it, once you put it on the tip, let it set for a few seconds and then start shaping and molding and doing your sidewalls. I kind of messed up in the beginning because I was going ahead and just swiping down. But with this acrylic, because it's got a little bit more of a runny consistency to it, let it sit for a few seconds. polishes that I'm using today are from D&D and iGel. I can't remember the name of all the gel polishes that I use right off the bat right now because I'm doing my voiceover. But as soon as I'm done doing my voiceover, I'm going to drop those links down in the description box. Now, just a FYI, when it comes to iGel gel polishes are a bit on the thinner side. So if you're going to go over and order from iGel, do your gel polishes in 2 to 3 layers. Thin layers though. Do not do thick layers, because when you curing them between layers, they're not going to cure correctly because it's too thick. So do 2 to 3 thin layers of gel polish just so you can get that full look if that's what you're going for. D&D, on the other hand, they do have some gel polishes that are a bit sheer, but D&D can be a little bit on the thicker side. So you always want to do D&D gel polishes a little bit thinner so that they can cure correctly. So when it comes to products, you're going to have your bad with the good, but both products are pretty fair. I'm not going to say that they're bad products. Both products are pretty fair. You just got to figure out what works for you when it comes to your gel polishes, even with your acrylics or your monomers. You just have to find out what works for you. And I like iGel. They do have a lot of sales. Like, iGel always have good sales. But when it comes to their acrylics, that's another story we'll have to talk about when it comes to iGel acrylics. D&D does have good sales. Their gel polish, if you want to do the duo with the gel polish and the regular polish, I think it's like $5.75 for that, or $5. But yeah, I'm gonna drop the link down in the description box if you would like to go over to D&D or iGel and just check them out. It'll definitely be down in the description box for you guys to check that out. done doing her French tips, I decided I want to make things a little bit more fancy. So I go in with my Cooper gel top coat. If you know, you know I love this gel top coat. I have tried many, and this one right here just gives such a good shine to the nail once it's done. It's like when you get a gel top coat that gives that shine that you need, you know your nails are complete. They are the bomb when you have that gel top coat. I'm going to drop the link down in the description box where you can order this gel top coat. It's amazing, y'all. I love it. Crocodile print is one of your easiest beginner-friendly nail designs. I love doing crocodile print. All you need is your dotting tool and your gel polish of your choice. You make your lines going across, and then you have your dotting. Use your dotting tool to make dots going up the nail on each side. After you do that part, you take your clear acrylic and you sprinkle your clear acrylic over the nail just to make sure you solidify and keep your design in its place. It will give that great 3D effect, and that's what you're looking for. Because I'm using my shine top coat, once I knock off all the excess acrylic on the nail, it will have that shiny background, which that's what I'm going for when it comes to doing this design. I love doing crocodile print because, like I said before, it's easy. It's definitely something that anybody can do. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Remember that practice makes progress, not perfection. That this is not a race, this is a marathon. And if no one else believes in you, I believe in you. I believe in us. I know that we can do this. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification button, y'all, so y'all know when the next time I upload. I'll talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Bye.